Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back, and I'm finally back wrapping up my series of Top Drive's Top 10 Investments. About a month ago, I did the video on the, beginner investments, then we moved on to intermediate, and now I'm gonna wrap it up with the advanced investments in the game. These are the cars that I will cover, or the cars that I will cover are epics and legendaries. Now once again, these cars, or this top 10 list, is mainly my opinion. Obviously I've taken in opinions from my audience in the intermediate video, but if there are any cars you feel that deserve to be in this list that are not in this list, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. If you look in the top right corner as well, I'm going to add a poll where it just asks how many cars you agree with in my list. So if you agree with all 10, if you agree with 5 of them, or maybe somewhere in between, or maybe none at all, which would be kind of weird because there's some really important cars in here. So yeah, that's basically what this list is going to be about. This is, you know, mainly if you're more of the advanced players, you have the resources to max out an epic or even a legendary like Hollywood over here. But with that said, let's jump into the video. So in 10th place, we have the Audi SQ5. Amazing car. Honestly, this car is the definition of versatility. Alright, it has 4-wheel drive, all-surface tires. It's an SUV that has handling of over 80 and a 0 to 60 of under 5 seconds. It also has a very respectable top speed of 155. If you put that into comparison, that is the same top speed as, I believe, the BMW M5 that was added in German Renaissance, not the delimited version. So it's very versatile, and it also has, I think, high ground clearance. Now, a lot of good points about this car already, but what really sets it off is the fact that it's an epic, right? Epics are just a lot easier to max out than legendaries. Everybody knows that. And that means that this car is pretty easy to max out. And when you have this car maxed out, it'll probably hit about 90 handling. And 90 handling for a 4-wheel drive, all-surface tire car is insane. Yes, the MRA is not the best thing on the SQ5, but that doesn't matter. This isn't a drag car. When you put into comparison, you have cars of maybe the Dodge Challenger Hellcat, a car I love a lot, which is unfortunately not on the list. That car, when you max it out, I think, okay, yeah, it does hit over 90. It hits 91 actually thinking about it, but mine is 89 because it's 996, which is the way you want to upgrade it. So in some ways you can say the SQ5 has better handling than the normal Hellcat, not the wide body. But I have to say, this Audi SQ5 is an amazing car, and it really deserves top 10 or 10th place. Moving on to 9th is basically just the slightly better counterpart of the Porsche Macan Turbo. Now I understand that the SQ5 is easier to upgrade, but once again, this is advanced investments. This is where these cars are kind of appealing to players that have the resources to, you know, max a legendary even. So when you put that into perspective, this is a better SUV, and why it's in the list is because this is the best SUV in the game. Now once again guys, much like every other video I've done in this series, I will not add prize cars because that would just be cheating. But yeah, this is the best SUV in the game that you can get. The Porsche Macan Turbo Performance Pack, all-surface tires, 4-wheel drive. It has better handling than the SQ5, lower to 0 to 60 than the SQ5, better top speed than the SQ5 as well, and probably better MRA. Really great car. Maxes baby out, probably 92 handling around that range, and a 0 to 60 of under 4 seconds. This thing is lethal. Really good car. Once again, best SUV in the game. However, if you are more like a player like me where you don't really have a lot of epics to max out all the legendaries, then the SQ5 is what you want to look at. Moving on to 8th place, we have the Audi S8 Plus. Top speed of 155, 0 to 60 of 3.3. Oh my god. 85 handling, 4-wheel drive, and the most important thing about this car, medium ride height. This car is probably one of the most important cars in anybody's garage if they have it. And you know, this is the only car that's in this top 10 list which I actually own in my own personal garage. Every other car in this list I don't have, which makes me really sad because I'm missing out on some really important cars. But yeah, the S8 Plus is an amazing car. MRA did get a pretty big nerf But still, I mean, 3.3 to 60, max this thing out, it'll hit 2.9, which is the same as the Evo 8. However, well, actually, is it? No, I think Evo 8 is 2.8. I'm not sure. This car is not as good as the Evo 8, I have to say, but it is still very, very strong, and it is a close competitor. It has the saloon tag. It has great handling, great 0 to 60, 4-wheel drive, and once again, medium ride height. Really great car. If you have it, max it out. But moving on, I have to talk about the better version of the S8, and that is in 7th place with the BMW M5 Competition D Limited. 190 top speed, 2.90 to 60. That is mad. 87 handling and 4-wheel drive, as well as, of course, medium ride height. Now, as the time of recording this video, and as the time of playing top drives right now, that is a loud song, which is 30th of August. This car is still medium ride height, and therefore it's still in the list. What really makes me scared is this car, for the competition version of the M5, I know that the ride height is actually below the, well, I guess Hutch's threshold of 137 millimeters. And if you guys don't know, they said in a Top Drives episode one time, 137 millimeters is what they're going to consider as a medium ride height car. And the BMW M5 is actually lower than 137. So I don't know if this car is going to get nerfed to low in the future. I still disagree that 137 should be the limit. I feel like it should be more of like a 120 kind of thing. But yeah, at least for now while recording this video, this is the best city streets car in the game. And that is why it is in a higher position than the Audi, because it is the best city streets car in the game. I'm 99% sure. 2.90 to 60, 87 handling, 190 top speed, medium ground clearance. I've seen this thing maxed out, and I think it hits 97 handling maxed out, which is just, it's crazy. It's crazy. Really crazy car. Moving on to 6 is the Porsche 917. This car is like unbeatable. I've seen it so many times. It has the best MRA out of any Porsche. I do believe it is. I do believe it has the best MRA out of any Porsche. It is better than the 918, better than the GT2s, better than the GT3s. Well, obviously GT2s are going to be better than the GT3s, right? But it's insane. The MRA is 110 on this thing, top speed of 220, 0 to 60 in 3.2 seconds, and handling of 90. Slick tires, and it's also very, very, very light. I mean, honestly, this car is the best of both worlds when it comes to asphalt. It's a specialist in the fast, but it's also a specialist in the twisties. You max this thing out, it's probably going to hit 100 handling and a 0 to 60 of under 3 seconds. I'm going to say 2.7. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm going to say 2.7, 2.8, and a top speed of over 220. This car is absolutely insane. And did I say it was light? Because it is very, very light. Great car, this 917, and also it is on the lower end of the legendary spectrum at RQ27. And honestly, trust me guys, this car does not perform like an RQ27 car. This car performs like an RQ30. The only thing setting it back is slick tires, but I'm not going to take that into account because you're not really going to use this car in the rain anyway if you have a really good standard tire car, which is coming up next. The Cadillac CT6. This has been a car that I've wanted for ages, for literally like a year and a half. Cadillac CT6 used to be the best standard tire car in the game. Obviously now with German Renaissance, with that Grand Coupe that came out, it is a little better, but the Cadillac CT6 is indeed and was one of the best standard tire cars in the game. 5.0 0 to 60 is okay. Top speed of 155, respectable. Handling of 79, now that is where this car really takes the cake. When it comes to at least epic standard tire cars, this car has the best handling of 79. 4-wheel drive, standard tires, medium ground clearance. It's a killer. You can use this in twisties, you can use this in city streets. It's actually a great car for city streets. You can use it for karting in the rain, anything in the rain really, besides the drags. Then you kind of want to use the numero 9 for that, but that isn't on the list. But the Cadillac CT6, honestly, this car has been a car that's been on my wish list forever. It's an amazing car. I've seen this thing maxed out so many times, and it goes up to about 87 handling, which is just Trust me, 87 handling for a standard tire car is kind of like 100 handling for a performance tire car. Truly, it's amazing, amazing car. Moving on to 5th place is the Renault Sport McGann Trophy. Now, I know it's French, and I know I don't like French cars, but credit where this is due, or credit where it is due, the McGann Trophy is an amazing, amazing, amazing car. Before the McGann Trophy, there was the Porsche RSR that was really kind of like the groundbreaking slick tire performance car. But now with the McGann Trophy, this car really takes the cake. 175 top speed, 3.70 to 60. That is the same 0 to 60 as a Hellcat, and 89 handling. That is a lot better handling than a Hellcat. This car is just, it's just really, really good. Looks like a banana too. I'm pretty sure this car is also very, very light. Do correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know my French cars very well. But this is a very impressive car, and don't even get me started with the MRA. The MRA on this thing is bloody amazing. Honestly, kind of like talking about the Porsche 917. This car kind of checks it out in the same places too. You know, it's really versatile. You can use it for dry fast circuits or dry twisty circuits. The only thing is you only want to use it on a dry circuit. But when you think about it, especially when it comes to top drives, the most common track set has a dry asphalt of some sort, right? So it all comes down to, you want a twisty car, or you want a fast car, or you want a car that can do both. And this is a car that can do both fast and twisty on dry asphalt. It's a great car. Max it out and we hit 99 handling. I mean, you know, I gotta respect this car. This is a French car I do want, and this is a French car I will max out. But moving on is the Mazda Fury. This is the car with the best handling, I believe, for an Epic. 92. That is out of this world. 92 handling, 3.50 to 60. Ooh, and it weighs absolutely nothing. You want a car for slalom, this is probably the best car. Either this one or the Superlight, the Caterham Superlight. But I don't own either of the cars, so honestly, I really want to test both of those cars out. But you know, if someone has the times, please let me know which car is better. This is a question I've had stuck in my mind. Is the Superlight better or the Fury better? Superlight obviously has a lower 0 to 60, but the Fury has better handling. But yeah, best handling in the game for an Epic. 92 base is just bloody insane. I mean, when you think about it, now I can use my Hellcat analogy. The non-wide body Hellcat, if you max it out 969, it hits 91 handling. That's a maxed Epic at 91 handling. This one isn't even upgraded, stock, and it's already 92. This car is also really light, and it's crazy. This car is really crazy. Moving on to, this is second place. I know this is second place because I know what's first. The Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat wide body. God damn, I really, 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 really want this car. This wide body is just such a great Epic. Now, you can call me biased and whatnot, but I'm gonna be honest, this is actually a very, very useful car. One of the best Epics in the game, in my opinion. Top speed, 200, 0 to 60, 3.7, handling, 85, and MRA of an absolute beast. The MRA on this thing, I think, is 105, correct me if I'm wrong. Such a good car, such a good car. It's better than the other Hellcat. Its handling goes up to 94. Its 0 to 60 goes to 3.1. If you do it 996, 3.0, and the top speed goes up to 211. This car is just so good. Once again, it's really versatile. You can use it for fast. You can use it for twisty, dry asphalt. Hell, it doesn't have slick tires, so if you really wanted to, you could use it for wet asphalt too. I mean, I wouldn't see why you would do that, but if there were going to be an event where they wanted you to use performance tire cars where all the tracks are rainy, then yes, that kind of omits the 917, omits the McGann Trophy, but you can still use the Hellcat wide body. This is such a great car. Honestly, such a great car. Anyway, that's the car in second place. And I know what you guys are thinking. Where is the compressor, right? The compressor is the new German Renaissance roof that is also a drag beast and also has amazing MRA. Well, thanks to one of my friends, he actually tested out because he owns this and the compressor. He told me that the wide body is actually still better than the compressor in the drags and or in anything fast. So, Hellcat wide body. Anyway, before we move into first place, I want to do some honorable mentions. First one is indeed the compressor. As you can see, the stats are really similar. 3.9 to 3.7 and 85 handling to 86. So not much of a difference there. I guess this car will take the cake in G-force, but that's about it. Moving on with the Caterham Superlight R500, also amazing car. If you think this car deserves to be in the list, do let me know, because I was really like on the fence if I was going to choose. Well, I was really on the fence about choosing between 3 cars that will be on the list. It was this one, the McGann Trophy, and the Fury. So let me know if I made the right decision, keeping the R500 out of the top 10 and putting the Fury and the McGann Trophy in the top 10. But yeah. Another honorable mention is the Porsche 962C. You know, I can't go talking about how good the 917 is without talking about the 962. 962 has lower 0 to 60, better handling, and a higher top speed. No, it has lower 0 to 60, better handling, but it doesn't have a higher top speed. But it also has worse MRA. In fact, the MRA is not very good when you put it into comparison with the 917, 918. Porsche 962 has an MRA of 91, which is okay. But if you put it into perspective, I mean, Hollywood, my Dodge Viper ACR, has better handling than the 962. But it does have very good kind of, whatchamacallit, on paper stats. So if anything, this is more of like a track car. Now, moving on to first place, it is indeed the Bugatti Chiron. 261 top speed, 2.40 to 60, and a handling of 91, along with 4-wheel drive. This is, I've heard it time and time again, and I have to agree, this is the best legendary in the game. This is the best non-prize car in the game that you can get. It also has the best MRA in the game. I mean, this is compared with like every single prize car in the game. This car has the best MRA in the game, period. The Bugatti Chiron is just bloody amazing. It's an amazing car. Amazing piece of engineering, and you know, it might be French, but I have to give credit where it's due. This is just an amazing car. So if you guys have it, make sure to keep it. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people will know if you have a legendary, don't sell a legendary, but time and time again I get in the comments, oh, I sold my legendary for ceramics. Guys, please don't do that. If you have a legendary, do not sell it, especially if it's Chiron. I know people that have actually sold their Chirons for ceramic packs, and it hurts. It really hurts. It's an amazing car. It has some tags on it. It has hypercar tag and ultra expensive tag, but you're not really gonna see events where they want you to have the hypercar ultra expensive tag, right? But yeah, amazing car, and this takes top 10 spot. So if you agree with the list, or you don't agree, or you somewhat agree, let me know in the comments below. Make sure to take that poll at the start of the video, and as per usual, I'm going to show you the whole list once again backwards, and make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. So here we go. Well guys, that's about it. That is my top 10 list of advanced investments in the game. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you all next time. Blossom out.